Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do a Patreon request from this Patrono right here. Ask us check out Brides of Lucifer, South of Heaven. I feel like this is a Slayer cover.
Yeah. But it could also just be a song called South of Heaven.
No, it's a Slayer cover.
Oh, is it?
And yeah, on Patreon, the person requesting mentioning that this is a Slayer cover, but that this is a different kind of Slayer cover. For me, there's no different kind of Slayer cover. There's only one kind. It's a Slayer cover.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. Slayer! That's all I need to know. Now, Brides of Lucifer...
I mean,
I'm so excited.
These two go together so well.
Let's finish. Let's stop talking and let's just... I'm just dying to hear what this is all about. All right? You ready?
Yeah.
Future nestled somewhere in time. Unsuspecting victims, no warnings, no signs. Judgment day, the second coming arrives. Before you see the light, you must die.
One more. You have to have 3 for the Holy Trinity. Okay, that ruined the song right there.
Yeah. I gotta say, I give this 1 Luka Modric nose out of 5.
Really?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What are you talking about?
What?
This is like, this was insane.
I'm just kidding. It's because of the ending. We said it ruined.
Oh, yeah, well, the end...
How are you gonna fuck up your own joke?
How is it my own joke? I don't joke with Slayer. There's certain things in life you don't joke with. 1 is Portugal's national team and the strength of Cristiano Ronaldo. 2, the size of a man's penis. And 3, Slayer. You never joke about Slayer.
That's the holy
That's
trinity.
the holy trinity of the things you don't joke about.
No, for real, this song, I like this song. It just sounded like another cover. It sounded like a Slayer cover that had, you know, harsh vocals and then it had these vocals in the background, but someone took out those harsh vocals and this is what you have. That's what it kind of sounded like to me. Like, it had vocals, other types of vocals.
I know what you're saying. I understand
and these were the background ones.
I understand what you're saying.
But this was what you would get if you took away those vocals, which is still pretty badass. I like it, but it just...
There's a but?
I don't know. For me, I liked it, but I don't know how to explain it. You can go. You can go.
Okay, first of all, if for those of you watching this, go check out the show Lucifer. It's just because Brides of Lucifer, you're not gonna regret it. It's fucking amazeballs. That show Lucifer is amazeballs. I just love that show. The only thing missing in that show is some heavy metal music. That's the only thing missing.
They had Chris Isaac.
They didn't have Chris Isaac. He
Well,
sang it. Chris Isaac.
He sang Chris Isaac.
When did Chris Isaac become heavy metal or heavy?
Like, listen, Chris
I
Isaac
love Blue Hotel as much as the next white guy, but seriously, like, it's not heavy.
I know it's
They
not
also
heavy.
he also did a version of Creep on the piano. That was really good too, actually. I must say that was pretty good. But anyways, go check out Lucifer. Now, as far as this is concerned, to me, I almost wish it wasn't as heavy musically to go more with the style of vocals.
I think that's why I have my butt.
Because to me, if you replace, and don't get me wrong, I love this cover.
No, the cover's
I
amazing.
absolutely love this cover.
But it just felt like something was off.
Okay, to me, the way this cover could have been better.
As if it went with the full church
Piano.
line.
A church piano.
The organ, yeah, the full church.
A full-on church organ.
That would have got me fully into this.
Maybe you can still use the drums,
Yeah.
but the organ instead of the guitar, so have the organ do the sound that the guitars would do.
Or even still the bass. The bass just can be...
Or the bass, whatever. But to me, I wanted everything to go towards where the vocals were. Because the vocals kind of felt a little bit that they were inserted into an actual Slayer song. Do you see what I'm saying?
See,
but I love the cover. I just wanted to... that choir...
I think that was
it needed a little bit more to go with it in order to make it even
it felt like
bigger.
Because the thing is, in my opinion, it felt like the choir was lacking because everything else was so heavy and driving.
They took it down a notch whenever the vocals came in.
But they still had it there. I think that was the main problem for me. It was a good cover. But for me, it was something a little bit off, which was the fact that it was very heavy. It didn't bring in any organ, which would probably... The whole church vibe would have made the song, you know, fit perfectly.
When you have a choir like that, that's like a church choir.
Exactly. You need to play into everything.
You need to play into that church choir sound that you're getting off the vocals. So instead of a guitar, if you go with an organ, you can still use a bass and the drums. Maybe the drums not as heavy as they are here. Bring everything... Bring it to church.
Make this a church song.
Bring it to church.
You know,
I'm not saying making a church song, but if you...
Sunday morning, you wake up and you go to church and they're playing this.
Oh my god, I would be there every weekend. Are you kidding me? Bok Choy would not be able to get rid of me. I would be there every weekend. Bok Choy would have to deal with me every weekend. Fuck, I would even donate some money towards his shared life to build a house, I don't know, in the Galapagos Islands.
Whatever
the fuck they need the money for. Yeah. And don't get me started, because I think it's a huge ripoff.
It is a huge ripoff. They've been trying to build that church for how many years now?
Ask the Vatican. They have tons of money there.
How many toonies have I given?
Fuck, if they can afford to pay off the families of the kids that they molest, why not afford to just pay the church? Why do you need my money? Why do you need my fucking money? God is everywhere. You don't need a house to pray to him. You can pray to him anywhere you want. Like the whole church is the whole thing is a ploy to control the minds of the weak and the innocent. You heard it here, not first, because I'm sure other people have said it.
People have said the same
Other people have
shit.
said the same shit. But I have a huge beef with
the church, yeah.
With the church, not with God, because God forbid, no pun intended, but God forbid I die and God actually exists, and then the joke is on me. So I want to make sure I don't burn any bridges.
Oh yeah, but how long has it been since we've been to an actual church?
I drive by sometimes. I see them. I look from the window.
No, because the last church we went to was inside of a school gym.
Yeah, because they were raising money for their freaking
For their church.
$8 billion church.
Like who needs an $8 million church? Like,
dude, fucking use those red cups from Dollarama to drink the blood of Christ.
Exactly.
You don't need a fucking chalice made of gold. Fuck. Seriously. Who cares? Drink straight from the bottle. Who the fucking cares?
just sippy cup, like.
Whatever. Use reusable cups, things that are biodegradable. Help the environment. Do the right thing. Fuck.
It's just been
God, man. I swear. You know what? By the way, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but a couple of years ago, the church announced that they were thinking of allowing married men to become priests.
And you were going
I was so excited because I was all in. I was all in because I feel like if I go up to the what do you call the pew or whatever the thing is?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever that is, I feel like I could bring the masses. I know the masses are asses, but I could bring the masses because I could relate. I could talk about mortgage payments. I could talk about children, your kids, you know what I mean, your wife, like things that we can all relate to, husbands, all the problems. The priest, what does he fucking know? What does he fucking know? He doesn't pay mortgage, he doesn't pay rent, he's not married. He lusts over little kids. I mean, what the fuck does he know? Like, I could be a better priest. I could help the masses. I could actually educate people. And then play this while we're at it. Because if you don't behave yourself, you're going to go to south of heaven. That's where you're going to go.
God, you'd be up there making fucking Slayer quotes?
Yes! I'll be making Behemoth quotes, Slayer quotes, all sorts of quotes.
Fuck, that would be the best church in all of Canada and all over the world.
Never mind the Corinthians. The only Corinthians that I would be talking about is the soccer team in Brazil. That would be it. That would be the only Corinthians that I would be talking about.
Brazil or in...
In Brazil,
yeah.
Fuck, they're in Brazil. Fuck. I'll talk about Vasco da Gama too. I would talk about all of them. Santos, whatever. Palmeiras, I would talk about everybody. Palmeiras 316. I don't know, I would talk about everybody. Said, pass the ball, you fuck. That's what Palmeiras 316 said. Pass the ball. Anyways, I'm just saying that I would make a great priest if I was given the opportunity to do so. But now they came out and they said, no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because
then less children will be brought in.
No, the whole thing about we're getting sidetracked here, but the whole thing about the priest not getting married has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the Catholic Church back in the day. And when I mean back in the day, I mean like really back in the day. Priests were able to get married, but then when they died, the land that they owned, where the church was given to the children, to their children. They were the inheritance. And the church was losing money, they were losing power, they were losing real estate. So they're like, fuck, we can't have priests having like 8 kids. And then the land that we have is given to those children? No. So we're going to tell everybody that they're married to God, and that's it. And that's it. We give them a ring, we give them a little cock ring, we put them on the finger, they're married to God, and that's it.
They don't even get to marry the nuns. Or the nuns don't get married either.
I know, but the whole thing needs a revamp.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get in there and do a
Can't you
facelift.
just go on your will and just give that land back to the church? Like, can't that land only be to...
I don't know, but you're using now, like, common sense of today. This is back in the day.
Well,
so back in the day
Hey, listen, the common sense of today works better than the common sense of back in the day.
Anyways,
they can totally go and customize the settings.
Going back to the brides of Lucifer.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as far as I know, from...
He doesn't have a bride.
No, he was married once.
Oh,
Yeah, he has Lilith. Well, Lilith was Adam's first. Lilith was Adam's. We're going down the deep end here. Lilith was Adam's first wife before Eve. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
It was Lilith, and then she became the wife of Lucifer. She became the bride of Lucifer. So she's the queen of hell, if you will.
Wow.
Her name is Lilith. Yeah, there you go. See?
Couldn't have given her a better name.
I learned all of this from watching Lucifer.
Exactly.
See. But then I did my what do you call
research?
it? I did my research on Google to make sure that these facts were right.
How did Adam have You know, I'm not even gonna ask this question now. Because
we're gonna get
completely
sidetracked.
get completely sidetracked. Yeah, there's no point in
Things
asking.
didn't work out between him and Lilith, so then God took one of his ribs and made Eve.
Wow.
Because they were incompatible. So he felt that if I make Eve out of one of his ribs, the chances of the two of them being together are better. But that's what I call an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
That was the first arranged marriage in history. No wonder her son killed the other son, which was the first murder in history. And for that, he has the mark of Cain, and he'll walk the earth forever.
Yeah,
Did you know?
it's gotta be Cain.
Chokeslam.
It's gotta
That's a
be
different kind of Cain. All right, so going back to this, I mean, fuck.
Fuck it. I swear that was like 7 minutes of us just
Rise
talking
of
about
Lucifer.
nonsense.
It's not nonsense. I mean, you get sidetracked when you talk about Lucifer. I mean, it's a hot topic.
It is a hot topic.
It is a hot topic. I mean, Lucifer, Judas. I always get excited about these folks because I feel like they get a raw deal. I feel like they get. Listen, people that go to hell, they don't go to hell because Lucifer takes them there. You commit the sins here that takes you there. It's your own self-guilt that drives you to go there. It's not him. It's you.
He's punishing you.
You're punishing yourself with your own guilt. So technically, if you commit a crime but you don't feel any guilt about doing so, hey, loophole.
That's a loophole.
Yeah, so the serial killers.
It's a gray area right there.
There's a little bit of a gray area there. So if you're a serial killer and you think that you're just doing God's work, guess what? You'll be knocking on heaven's door listening to Guns N' Roses.
God.
Wow, we've gone
If you're a serial killer who does God's work, there are a lot of people out there.
No. I mean, if you think you're doing God's work,
Well, yeah, but
because if the whole premises of you going to heaven or hell are based on your own consciousness of how you perceive yourself as a person who has no sense of guilt or remorse, they're not going to go to hell because they don't think they did anything wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a huge loophole. Plus, there's another loophole, which is if you accept Jesus in your life at the moment of death and you ask for forgiveness for your sins are forgiven. You could be the biggest asshole ever.
I saw that one on Family Guy.
As long as you ask for forgiveness at the moment of
I
death.
saw that one on Family Guy. Osama bin Laden asked for forgiveness right as they shot him.
I know, but he's not Christian, so that doesn't work for
Yeah,
him.
but then he went to heaven. He had the halo over his head.
That doesn't work for him. That doesn't work for him. Ah, God. Brides of Lucifer. Anyways, I still think the piano, the church piano on this thing would make the song 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
But I really like it. I really like it.
I'll give it 4. I'll up my ranking 4 out of 5. Luka Modric noses. Okay.
All right.
Maybe 4 out of 5 noses and like a strand of his hair.
All right. The little string that he uses to hold his hair back.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. On that note, guys, let us know your thoughts on Judas, Lucifer, Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel.
All of them.
All those motherfuckers. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I'm dying to hear your thoughts.
God, one day we gotta read a Bible.
I know. Was Abel the bad guy? Was Cain just self-defense? Like,
Was he able to be the bad guy?
I don't know.
We're gonna end
And
it
instead
off
of
on that
stabbing him with a knife, maybe he stabbed him with a cane that had a knife at the end. We should have ended on yours. Yours was far
one. We should have
better.
ended on mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
on that note, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.